So, welcome to China for pre-season testing of FVC2 Season 3, where we see the Formula 2 cars debut for the first time. Who will be the first one out? I can't see any activity just yet in the pit lane. This could be it for the next 25 minutes, because you only get one set of tyres, which is quite unfortunate. Oh! That is someone going out. I have no idea what the car is called. So I don't know F2 cars very well. It is Salmon Baker in... Is that a Virtuosi? I have no idea. I think it's a Dams. I'm not sure. But anyway, Salmon Baker is the first one out on track. That's the important part. I will learn the teams as we go. Ah, yes, it is Dams. It says on the back. Cool! Behind him, it is Broughton on the outlap for Prima. Broughton the number 1 on that Red Bull. Which actually makes sense, because they were last season's champion. Cool, thank you, fix FT numbers. Oh, that was almost collision. It's Unku behind for Charouz. Number 22, Apex, is their teammate. We see a very big slide from that car. Between them, it is currently Rosenquist. They've done quite a lot of races on both sides of the FVC now. Definitely a veteran of the league, driving for MP Motorsport this time. Hasn't had the greatest of luck in recent times, especially in the last main series, but let's see if they can turn that fortune around. Where are the purple ones? Serena and Mini Race. I have not a clue what those cars are. Are they Carlins? I have absolutely no idea. I need to see the rear wing. It doesn't say. I'm going to assume it's a Carlin, because I don't know what else it could be. Alright, but we'll figure this out as we go. So, Salmon comes through to start the first flying lap of the season. DRS is open. That car looking lovely to drive, I must say, as it turns into turn 1. Power to the first sector, that is to be expected. But will be rivaled by the Prima of Broughton behind. Oh, yellow flags have come out. Who is that? That's a long way off the road. That would be Rosenquist, clearly having a spin out of turn 3. Those tyres do not look comfortable. Back on board with Salmon, and I have a feeling Broughton might be closing in. 593 purple second sector. Rosenquist in yet more trouble as Salmon races down the back straight. Final corner now, nice and tidy. Broughton also keeping it nice and tidy. It's a 1:44.4 as the first lap of the season by Salmon, but Broughton immediately going 0.2 quicker for Prima. Let's see who posts the time next. It's Unku next with a 45.3. That puts them third provisionally. Just over a second off the current leader. Well, leader past his time. We're going to go with leader, because that's easiest. Who will be next to the line? That might be Apex. It will be very far off track limits there. It is a 44.6, beating his teammate by 7/10. Psycho jumps between Salmon and Apex with 44.4, but it's D Numbers who goes 3.5 tenths faster than Broughton. That is a fantastic lap time, demonstrating why he was FVC2's first ever champion. Oh, and that's someone backwards. Who was that? That must have been... I'm trying to work out. I think that's 22. That might be... that must be Unku that was backwards there. But while all that's occurred, Ralo jumping 1/10 ahead of Apex in the other Prima that's also got the number 1 on it. I'm not going to question it. With a 44.5, Pixel slots into P8 with a 45.7, 4/10 behind Unku. Quite literally as well on track. And then it's the... What did I say these were? Carlins? We'll go with Carlins of Usrin and Mini Race. 10th and 11th now, 46.3 and 46.7 respectively. Unku didn't spin, your car is 23. Oh, I forgot, there's 24 cars. That must be Apex's fun then. Apologies for mix up. Jack Tudor jumps up into 6th with a 44.5. The going is good so far. Few yellow flags out around the place, one of those being for Broughton. I'm not sure if that car is spun or out of fuel by the sounds of it, or by the looks of it even. I'd say it's out of fuel. Apex, 5th place for a collision with Pixels. What has gone on here between these two? Pixels very wide, Apex almost colliding in with him. It's so far, you're not Sebastian Vettel, Apex, I'm sorry. That was just a bit dangerous. Oh, noted. No more lap times on the board yet. Tudor might be coming up to finish their 2nd or 3rd lap of the day. Nope, they divert into the pit lane. Most drivers back into the pit lane now. Just Rosenquist on an out lap. In fact, English on an out lap here, obviously placing 2nd in Season 5, just narrowly losing out to D Numbers. Broughton has improved to a 43.9, just 1/10 back from D Numbers. We could have a very interesting fight going down here, as English goes purple to the 1st sector. Also, you do have to be quite careful in these sessions. You've only got 1 set of tyres to last the full half an hour. Very interested to see where English puts that car here, because he was leading Season 5 almost all the way after a recovery from an accident that was at this very track. Purple to the 2nd sector, 59.0. That's at least half a second quicker than Broughton did through here, to my knowledge. If he completes this lap and completes it well, this could be an absolutely amazing lap. DRS open there, you can see, I think, Finel in the background. Very tiny last corner there from English. What will it be? 43.6, that's 2/10 on top of D Numbers there. That is absolutely fantastic. Rosenquist moving swing here. Quite a big congregation of cars is forming. SOGN Impulse, one of your Season 5 title contenders, coming through to start their first flying lap of the night. Apex saying, watch this, what's he gonna do? That's a lot of cars in one place. Oh, he's... Well, you got the stream's attention and then you did that. That's, Oh, Rosenquist having a bit of... Is that Rosenquist? I think it is. Having a bit of a spinner. And so there's Apex. What are they... What is Apex up to at this moment? I'm concerned. I'm quite concerned. Anyways, Rosenquist running into the pit lane. That is to be expected. Almost hitting the outside wall there. Unku also on an outlap to go and do another flying lap. A Lollipop 075 splitting the two Charus cars at some point with a 45-0. Nice in the middle. Okay, blue is Virtuosi, good to know. Keep that in mind. Hang on, Virtuosi, that is quite a nice last corner, really pushing the track limits there, barely keeping a slither of tyre in, and it is P6 with a 44.5, just 23 milliseconds ahead of Dorado. Dropping back a little bit, that was someone backwards, I think. It is Salmon who diverts into the pit lane. Impulse placing 12th, 45.4. Maybe taking a little bit more time to settle into these cars compared to the Formula 1 cars that we've been using in the main series for 3 years, I want to say? 4 even? Wouldn't be 5, would it? I think it's 4. Someone can fact check me on that later. But yeah, I'm going with the information I have, so... Ah, 24. Yeah, Apex, it did not go well. What were you trying to do? Like, that's my first question for you. That car looked a little bit unstable there, if you ask me, but I wasn't paying my full attention to it. I was just checking up on chat. There is like the Earth's core. I'd be a bit concerned if your rear tyres were several thousand degrees. But be careful of the inside curve through there. It's a very easy one to spin on. I myself, F1 2018, I believe with a few friends, spun on that curve and annihilated my teammate when he came around the corner. So it's very easy to make a mistake there, and the consequences can be major. Speaking of consequences, was that Broughton who brought out a yellow flag there? It might be. Is there some damage on that side pod? No, I think it's just a few vents. Speaking of instance though, that is Lollipop. No, it's not, it's the other one. Fennel? No, it... Oh god, these colours are all so similar. Must have been English there, having a bit of a spin, bringing out a yellow flag in the middle sector. Yellow flag at the top of the circuit. That was the Apex Miata as D Numbers narrowly jumps ahead of English's time there with a 46.63. Just 26 milliseconds ahead. I'm sure English will be preparing a response, and yes, he is. That car is absolutely tearing down the back straight. Let's see what it'll be. That must be pixels behind. English 43.66. Did he just match his time? Did he just set 2 identical laps? Did that actually just happen? Okay, well, English is just doing English things and being good. That is Apex, who has had a spin in the middle sector. Must not be too comfortable in that car. Molly making bread. Yeah, bread is quite good, Apex! You can't be doing that. You've got 1 set of tyres and you have absolutely roasted them. They're still going to last you for another 15 minutes. That must be Rosenquist, the final driver yet to complete a flying lap. Also boxing once again. It doesn't look like that car has any... Well, commentators cursed there. It didn't look damaged, so I don't know why it boxed. Possibly just a little bit of sandbagging. English coming through, possibly to finish a 2nd lap, but I think Broughton has... Nope, it's not Broughton, that must be Apex, who is just in front. This looks like a slower lap. Yep, it is. We'll be diverting into the pit lane along with Apex. All 4 cars diverting in there. Pixels being one of them. Not sure who that is ahead. It must be Mini Reese. Broughton with an 80 millisecond improvement might be looking to upset the top 2 here, but takes too much curb! Very easy thing to do there. I have done that in Season 4, had a spin there. Very lucky to keep it out of the water, I think. Let's go and have a race. Oh no. Well, the Spoons are about to go and have a race, so I will jump on board with that in a moment. Thank you for the entertainment. In fact, is that them leaving the pit lane now? Not just yet. But there is one hell of a train leaving, all looking to go and do laps. The numbers being one of them. Possibly looking to try and set an improvement over English. Can't discount Salmon Baker either. He will want to be in contention. Going out the first hairpin. No, you're not. Is that when you're starting? Probably. That is Apex on that lap. Unku behind. They are about to cause... Well, they're about to do atrocities, I think. Yellow flags out. They are waiting for Pixels to turn up. Gonna have to be quite careful here. They don't want to get in the way of anyone. But it's also Salmon Baker coming up to finish their lap. Let's see if they can upset some of the top few cars. Running very well themselves. The Williams duo, or ex-Williams duo, looking to have a very strong season, but diverts into the pit lane. The numbers coming through to finish a flying lap. Currently on a 46.3. 43.6 even. I don't know if I could read. Final corner. Let's see what it is. Very wide there, followed by the Virtuosi. Let's see what it will be. 0.2 improvements. Nope, I guess not. The game might be being a little bit odd with deltas there, but let's jump on board and witness whatever this racing is meant to be. Apex going very wide off the track there. Is that Pixels and go up the inside? Won't quite make it work, but Unku is going to be here in contention as well. Let's see if Unku can get a better drive into the third sector. See if he can catch up, let's see if they can catch up to Pixels. Slightly on the side there, but gets the power down much better than Pixels did. Drag race down the back straight. He's taking a toe from Apex. This could be 3 wide. And it will be as we head into the hairpin. Unku getting both of them into the brakes. Oh, contact between the two Charouz drivers. Unku takes a 5th place grid pass before a collision with Apex. Pixels will be looking to make a move. Unku getting slightly offline there. Pixels hesitating to make the move. Doesn't quite get it done. There's all 3 drivers now careening into turn 1. Apex with an incredible amount of illegal weaving. And both has cars like 22 on them. That's an interesting bit of glitch. Let's see if Unku can close the gap to Apex. Almost contact between the two there, but keeps it out. Apex with a bit of a slide. That gives Unku the opportunity to get by. Will Pixels try and capitalise on it as well? No, he won't. He's not quite there, but it's the two Charouzes side by side. Apex defending the position for now, but Unku will be looking to try and go around the outside into turn 4. Slight bit of contact there, pushes Unku wide. Both cars still pointing the right way though. Unku with a very big slide in the background. Those tyres must be letting go. Of course, if these two fight too much, it will allow Pixels to come back in and come back through. Impulse improving there with a 44.6. We've lost someone, I think. Oh no, we haven't. Apex is there. But Apex really struggling on those tyres now. Gets passed by Pixels and Unku. Unku, big slide! Very lucky to keep that one out of the wall. Pixels will be looking to make a move on Apex. Apex is leaving it very late to open the DRS. Apex defending the inside. Pixels right round the out. Excuse me. Alright then. This is quite entertaining to watch. The numbers still continuing to circulate, and we are racing once again at the final corner! As Unku almost dropping his car into the wall there. That will let Pixels try and make the move. Won't quite get it done this time. Unku much wider than Apex. Could try and look to go back on the inside, but it's Pixels who does it. Pixels up the inside of Unku. Doesn't quite make it stick, but could get a much better run out of turn 2 here. Doesn't quite make it work though. It'll be Unku trying to close up on their teammate of Apex. And we've taken an alternate layout of China. But Pixels capitalizing the most, aside from a little wobble there on the exit. God, that's such a good thing. Let's see who can make what work. IX Finnell has jumped up to 4th with 44.0, just placing English's teammate of Salmon Baker in the dams. Two Charouz cars very close to each other. Be interesting to see who comes out on top in this situation. We go down the back straight. Unku will be looking to make the pass on Apex. Both cars will have DRS. Apex with quite a lot of illegal weaving. Not sure how the stewards will take to that one. Unku makes the move up the inside, braking slightly later. Apex just about, quite literally, gets underneath the rear wing of that Charouz. And all 3 cars returning. Well, 2 cars returning to the pit lane. 1 kind of returning to the pit lane. Apex. The numbers out once again. Must have been a slower lap. Just preparing to let, that must be Rosenquist, come by as they begin to prepare for their fastest lap. Let's see what time they can post. Will they go quicker than a 46.4? That sounded like quite a big lockup there. That is, that must be Mini Race, who has encountered problems there as well. The front wing is still on that car by the looks of it, so it can't have been too bad. But it still is not quite what you want. Back on board with Rose, because that's a very sideways MP there. God, I need to learn these cars. We'll get on that for the next round. Lots of lockup. This lockup central. Those tyres must be absolutely annihilated as they lose it on the curb. Now, I need to very briefly run AFK, so I will leave you with Salmon. Two minutes left of qualifying, and here is how it currently stands. It's D numbers from English, from Broughton, from Finnell, from Salmon, who is looking to try and make an improvement. Racing going on for the back of the field. Apex almost driving into the side of Pixels there. Unku leading this little battle pack of three. Unku very wide from the lead of this train. Did they just make contact? I'm not sure they did, but they certainly, Apex has certainly made contact with Pixels there. Pixels just taking a little bit more speed into the corner than Apex. Salmon coming into the third part of the racetrack. And go from that MP draw! That is incredibly dangerous from whoever that was. That was, I'm trying to think who that was. That must have been Jack Tudor. I think they're in low fuel mode. Salmon looking to try and take the slipstream, but just nicks the wing on the back of that car. That is incredibly unfortunate. You can see the left side end plate is missing. Luckily, no grid penalties given to either driver, but that is not what you need in pre-season. Finnell coming through to finish a lap for the, who that is, Virtuosi outfit. It will be, okay, starting a lap for the Virtuosi outfit. Pixels, 5-flight grid penalty for a collision with Unku. What have they done this time? There is all three admins present who have taken 5 flight group penalties. Unku has got another one. Oh god. So, as the session comes to a conclusion, it is D Numbers who is provisionally on pole here in testing. Let's see if Finnell can disrupt them for the Virtuosi outfit. I think who will be next in line. I've got no idea. Yep, must be Finnell. Nope, it's Finnell's teammate, Lollipop 075. Also for the Virtuosi, flying down the back straight. Let's see what time they can post here in testing. Slight lock up there as the game gives us an atrocious camera angle. There we go, thank you for changing it. Not pushing the final corner too much there, but run to line, it will be a 44.6. 3.5 tenths of improvement, see them promoted to 9th place. To the next to the line, what will they be able to do? Improves to P5 with a 44.3, and it's just Finnell for the Virtuosi who will be the penultimate car to the line with a time that doesn't get finished. So that confirms Finnell in P4, and the final driver left to disrupt the order is VNT Rosenquist. Let's see what time they will be able to post. Another competitive one, unfortunately. And that car is sideways. That car is sideways out of the final hairpin. Are they going to drive it to the line? I have no idea. They're going to try. Let's just check what's occurring on Discord. Rosenquist through the final corner. Last car to the line. It's a 2:25.4. So, it's D Numbers that takes pole by 26 milliseconds here in testing. I think we're about to have a repeat of Season 5 between D Numbers and OJ English, because they are some incredibly close times. I have just been told... Well, this is a formation lap, isn't it? We're not just starting. We are starting! No formation lap anyway, so... Reverse top 8, so it is Lollipop who springs into the lead ahead of Impulse. Let's see what is going behind. Someone is sideways. Shooter takes a 2-second collision, 2-second penalty for a collision with Broughton. Miniri is sideways there, so is Unku. Broughton struggling as well. But there's Lollipop who jumps into the lead. Impulse starting P4 is dropping down the field, trying to hold it around the outside of Psycho. Bit of contact there. That will just open up the possibility for so many cars to get past Impulse. Then get back, but English going around the outside as well now. That is an absolutely fantastic move from the Season 5 runner-up. The two teammates now, Salmon and English, together on track. Will we see any switches for position? I don't think we will just yet. There's a few too many cars behind to make that work. Although, Salmon looking to the inside, English even looking to the inside, won't quite get it done on Salmon as Serena completely having a bit of an off somewhere, losing some positions. It's all carnage. On the first laps of this race, that is Broughton who just spins into the side of Serena there. Pixels also encountering problems, but at the front, Dorado looking to side up and move on Lollipop, won't quite get it done, but further back, you've got English looking to get past Salmon. No team orders this early in the season, that is what we like to see. Bring up chat. There we go. Wait, I have chat back again. Lollipop purple, 47.4, that is to be expected. Dorado though, looking to close and trying to make that move. Might be able to get something done into turn 3 if he takes a good exit through these corners. good 4/10 between them and starting to close, but doesn't quite maximize the exit in the way he needs to. It's Salmon and English, the Dams duo, I believe, currently contesting 4th, 2/10 between the pair. Let's see what they are able to get done. Yellow flag, that is for Rosenquist, who falls out of the points. That is quite unfortunate for them. Both English and Salmon now starting to swarm the VAR of Psycho. This should be an interesting one. Dorado as well taking the lead off the Lollipop at some point. I'm sorry we missed that. I'm not sure when that happened. But Dorado absolutely running now. 8.5 for that already. Psycho might be looking to pick up that Virtuosi as well into the hairpin. To back, pulls to the outside. Really squeezed almost onto the grass there. Lollipop not taking an ideal line. Contact between the pair takes them both off the track. That lets Salmon and English come through for a double podium. Lollipop will not be happy with that whatsoever, but I think Psycho will be even more annoyed. So not a lot more Psycho could have done there as Dorado goes past with a 45.6. And now it's the ex-Williams duo. The two Dams teammates into turn 1 side by side. English fires one up the inside, gets it done, but Salmon looking back for the next apex won't get it done. And that is Lollipop and Psycho getting tangled together once again. Is that Psycho? Wasn't it Finnell? I don't know. That might have been the two Virtuosis getting tangled together. I could not tell who the other car was in that. Judging by the damage, it's the two Virtuosis that have come together here in testing. Further down the field, Pixels looking to make a move on Serena, just 1/10 between the two. Let's see what he's able to do. Runs a lot, well, runs very wide through turn 5, 4, 5? I don't know how you count them. I'd say 4. But won't quite get it done. Just in front of them, it's Rawson closing up to the back of Tudor. And having a slight bit of oversteer there, won't be able to make the move into here, but might be able to size something up towards the hairpin. Won't get it done, but further ahead, it's D-Numbers and Psycho closing together. The two Van Amersfoort cars battling it out for 4th. The reigning main series champion just setting it down the inside, but Psycho not ready to give up. Will fight it through the final corner, but D-Numbers just goes right around the outside. As Dorado went powerful with a 45 something, and English beat that time with a 45.4. We'll be looking to close in the 3 laps we have remaining. Rawson getting past Tudor into turn 1. Will hashtag around the outside, though Tudor getting back up the inside, but there's contact! Both cars extremely far off the track now. Damage to Tudor by the looks of things. That invites Serena to come through. The two Van Amersfoort cars being caught by Finnell once again. Finnell will be having to mitigate some of that damage to the left front end plate. But they might be able to make it work. In the background, you see Broughton getting past Serena, and behind them, that is Serena on the back of Broughton. Yellow flags out for Rosenquist. I think Apex has had to box at some point for a new wing. Not sure what's happened there. But behind, Pixels closing onto the back of Tudor. Tudor will be having to mitigate that damage to the right front end plate this time. But Pixels very far wide. That wing looks okay though, so that is just driver error that has caused that. Up front, it's the two Van Amersfoort cars looking to make moves onto each other once again into this hairpin. Psycho might not be close enough. Is thinking about the move though, won't get it done into here. But they're going to have to be careful because they've got Finnell coming and they need to maximise their performance. It's only pre-season, but this will set the precedent. for the rest of the season. Dorado 45-2, English 45-2. English taking a little bit of time out of Dorado there, but it's not quite enough. Lollipop 45-2 as well. It's a cascade of 45-2s down the field. Pixels now onto the back of Tudor as we approach turn 2. Pixels looking to make the move, but won't quite get it done. Clatters over the curb. That is not good for the floor of your car. This is a lovely battle pack going on here for 10th. I'm not sure if there are points. I need to check the point system. Oh, Tudor with a very late move on. That must have been Serena. Spin Serena. That car will be getting more damage. Big snap of oversteer there. That fans out the field a bit. Serena will be looking to make a move done, but they have picked up a little bit of damage on the right end plate. Big lock up there for Serena by the sounds of things. But it's Finnell now closing up to the back of Psycho. D-Numbers pulling away now from the 2. Finnell going around the outside into the hairpin. Let's see if they can make it stick. Finnell gets up to the inside of Psycho. Rosenquist having an accident of their own in the middle sector. This is incredibly close between the pair. Psycho will be looking to get the move done once again as we go towards turn 1. Pulls to the inside. Tries to make them stick, but Finnell won't. But Finnell just closes it off. But at the moment, Finnell goes wide. Psycho looking to get back up the inside. It's fantastic stuff here for P5. Trying to secure a Van Amersfoort P, 4 and 5. Let's see if Finnell will make the move. He won't. He's not close enough to get it done. Unku now on the back of Pixels. This is the fight for P10. Let's see what we can get done here. Finnell will be looking to try and repass Psycho at the last moment, but he is running out of time to get it done. English closing in on Dorado, but it won't be enough, but will have DRS down this back straight. Let's see if there will be a pass. I'm not confident on it, but anything can happen. Gap is coming down, but it is not coming down enough to make it work. It will be Eldorado who comes through to win the testing sprint race for Prema, followed by English and Salmon, both for Dams. Dorado next. Finnell just beating Psycho to the line. For Virtuosi in the Van Amersfoort team. Lollipop next, Virtuosi, followed by Impulse, Broughton, and Pixels. Unku next, followed by Tudor, pipped by Serena on penalties. And then it will be Apex who needs to come around for the Charouz team. Apex, all kinds of weaving. Looks celebratory, but you're only 14th. But behind, there is a fight for 15th. Rosenquist and Mini Race. Rosenquist makes a mistake now. It could be Mini Race's position. It is not. Apex next onto the line, followed by Rosenquist and Mini Race as Rosenquist AI completely bends it over the line. That if that, well, if cars didn't go, so that would have been a lot worse. What the hell have I just seen? I've just seen Mini Reese climbing over English at turn 1. Have we had a season 5? I think we have. It is Dorado who draws first blood in testing. So, it is Dorado who draws first blood in the sprint race by a margin of 6/10. Well, 7/10 over English. I think English is going to be one to watch this season, as will his teammate Salmon Baker. I think those two in the same team, once again, are going to be a lethal combination for the rest of the field. The Numbers fights his way back into 4th from 10th, making it through the turn 1 melee. Again, another one to watch. This could very well be a D Numbers English battle. It's Finnell next, followed by Psycho, Lollipop, Impulse, Broughton, and Pixels to round out your top 10. Followed by Unku, Serena, Tudor, Apex, Rosenquist, and Mini Reese. Seconds before we get underway for the feature race. 8 laps this time, 2 more than last time. Not sure if we need to box or not, but the lights are coming on. 5 lights. And we're away. The game hasn't registered, but yes, we are away. Dion was lead from pole. English immediately on the attack. What? Why is there... What? What is going on? English immediately going through the safety car down to 8. What kind of... game? I think the game's on the merge one. Anyway, back up to the front. D Numbers leads from Finnell, Borden, Salmon, and Tudor up to 5th. That is a really interesting glitch there from the game. Dorado looking to make moves on Lollipop. Lollipop takes too much curb. Very lucky to avoid everyone there. But there is still the usual melee going on further down this field. English and Impulse fighting out for 8th. There are moves being made for 3rd now. Salmon looking to try and pass... No, Broughton to try and pass Finnell for 2nd even. Rosenquist having an accident there. Clover entering the race in 16th. Let's see if Broughton can make that move on Finnell. It's a long straight here, so any amount of downforce that you can take off will be an advantage. Broughton makes the move for 2nd. Will Finnell try and repass? 1/10 between them. Finnell going to have to look around the outside if it's going to happen. Tries to make the switch back. Gets a much better exit. Give me tires. There we go. Clover, the only car to start on the soft here. Broughton much wider than Finnell. D Numbers car from 47.9. That is to be expected. Let's see what these two can get up to. Finnell on the inside of Broughton. 1/10 between them as we run into turn 2. Finnell taking the lead, but Broughton takes it back. Finnell almost under threat from Salmon there. Salmon trying to recover as many points for Dams as possible, even if it is just pre-season. Finnell taking a better exit compared to the Dams car. It's Dams to the inside of the Virtuosi. No contact made. Nice and clean. Squeezing the Virtuosi as much as possible. Virtuosi keeps the position as Rosenquist retires in the pit lane. I think. I can't tell where that car retired. Is it left the map? That was, yeah, well, I think it's part of this game. Psycho on the back of Tudor for 5th. It's MP versus Van Amersfoort, the 2 orange cars. Or the 2 orange teams, I should say. Just behind out of shot, Dorado makes the move on Impulse, on English for the 4P7. Let's see what happens between Tudor and Psycho as we run towards the hairpin. 1/10 between them now. It's Psycho to the inside of Tudor. Psycho makes the pass nicely, but will Tudor be able to get the better exit? He does! Or they do even, but huge contact, massive spin. Very lucky to not get collected there. DRS is enabled as the numbers go cover the 45-2. Rado now will be looking to try and make the move on Psycho. Side by side for these two. A little bit of lag involved there. But makes the move up to the inside. Psycho will be looking to try and get the switchback for turn 2. But gets forced over the grass. That will bring English into the fray. Of course, English trying to make a very good recovery after that unfortunate Town 1 incident. English just opting to stick the nose up the inside of Psycho there. Didn't look hugely planned. Psycho getting a slightly better exit. Psycho's exit seems to be really good around here. That one car is absolutely being pushed to the limit. English taking a risk with some curve there. Ooh, Psycho! No, was that Psycho or was that English? I think that was English half spinning on the curve. I do not get over their two little liveries are different for even within teams, and it's Salmon trying to close in on Finnell, trying to close in on Broughton. This could be a lovely fight for P2 here. Finnell just struggling to lay down the power a little bit on that virtuosity, a little bit of lag coming into things as Clover spins. Finnell has a massive moment, very frustrating. Let Salmon come through, and now it's English closing up to the back of Psycho. Lollipop spins it in the middle sector. Will we see a safety car deployed? I think not, as English looks inside into the hairpin. English making the move nicely there on Psycho. Will be looking to try and close in on Finnell, but it's a lot of time to close. Now Finnell looks to close in on Salmon. Baker won't be close enough to get it done. Psycho comes back for English. Around the outside, will he be able to make it stick with English on the inside? No, he won't. English just getting back past. Has to slot in between Psycho. Has to slot in between English and Impulse even. God, this is so confusing. Fair play to the actual commentators because, wow. No moves made into the turn 3 hairpin, or turn... Whether you count... I guess you count turn 1 corner, doesn't really. Tudor gets past Mini Reese for 11th, as Impulse closing up to Psycho. Won't quite be able to make the move. Yellow flags out in the second sector. That is Unku, who has had a big off there. The wing seems to be intact though, so that is all you need to keep going, aside from your wheels. But if your wing's intact, your wheels probably are too. No moves made into the hairpin this time. Psycho getting increasingly close to English, but English just maximising the exit speed there. Trying to close in on Finnell as best he can. But it's B Numbers who has taken a commanding lead in this race. Proving why they have won in both FVC2 and the main series. And why is that safety car still there? This is really odd. I assume they can't see it because they're all driving through it, but... What? Meanwhile, Tudor looking to make a move on Serena. Let's see what they are able to get done. Serena defends the inside. Tudor through the safety car on the outside. Will keep the front wheel alongside. Has to be left a little bit of space. Oh, but they half spin it into Serena. That is incredibly unfortunate for her. That is heartbreaking to see. Impulse 6/10 behind Psycho, some of the closest cars on track here. Well, factor in Dorado, you got an even closer power. You can see that gap. So, Dorado on... Oh, hang on. English making a move on Finland. I didn't even see how close they were to each other. English recovering their car back into P4 after an unfortunate incident onto the first lap of this race. There's a commanding move. Finland looking to try and fight against a slightly better exit. Will have the outside for this final corner. Really extending track limits there to make the move, but it will give English the DRS he needs. English to the inside of Finnell through turn 1. We've seen today that is almost a guarantee of position, but maybe it won't be this time. Finnell just holding on, but ultimately does get past. That is absolutely fantastic stuff from the Dams driver, and his teammate is closing in for second on Broughton. Impulse also looking to make a move for 6th on Psycho. Won't quite get it done just yet. But it is coming. These three in a very tight battle pack as Dorado spins away from it. Serena opts to leave the session. That is understandable. As Impulse getting a little snap there of oversteer. Yellow flag in the second. That is Tudor who has had an off. You'll have to be watchful of the rejoin, and that is a retirement on track. Impulse was very close to Psycho. I think he's lost a little bit of traction on the exit of this corner, but let's see what they can get done. Half a second between the pair. Won't be close enough to make a move into hairpin, but might be able to set something up for turn 1 if he's careful. Let's see, dives to the inside of Psycho. Contact between the pair sends Impulse spinning. Not sure if there was any latency involved in that one. That is incredibly unfortunate. Salmon slowly taking a little bit more time out of Broughton, and English is charging towards his teammate. Purple to the first sector, that is very interesting to see. Even if he's had an incident on lap 1, English making his intent for this season known. Broughton very much on the back of Dorado as we approach turn 4, looking to make a move, 10.5 between the two. Will look around the outside, won't get it done. Might be able to set something up for turn 5, it's a very difficult corner to make the pass at. Meanwhile, Unku and Pixels fighting behind for 11th, and Unku even spins. Pixels passing them to position quite nicely. Salmon and Broughton for P2. The Dams very much on the back of that Prima. Clover 2 second time pressure from Pixels. Look what's happened there. Broughton defensive position from now from Salmon, but Salmon is here, and so is the other Dams of English. The numbers, Purple, 45-2. What is English going to do? Does not match the time. Salmon falling off of Broughton a little bit there after a scruffy exit. English will be looking to pass his teammate. Possibly try and push on to Broughton, but we will see, will these two coordinate? No dice just yet. We will have to see what happens as we approach the turn 3 hairpin. Two Dams cars very close together. We'll have to be careful not to compromise each other here. They need to try and push up to Broughton for the double podium. Speaking of compromise, that is English almost dropping on the grass there. I think very lucky that that car didn't rotate underneath him. But it's Broughton who holds on to second. They have driven this very well today. Four tenths now between Salmon and Broughton. Will Salmon be able to make it work? Half a second. Broughton, I think, running a slightly lower downforce setup, but Salmon will have the DRS. It's the last chance to make the pass on them. 3.5 tenths. Has a look just in case. Won't quite get it done. The safety car is here to play. It's still a possibility through the final corner with how close those two cars are. 3 seconds between them. D Numbers wins, but it's the fight for second that has got us talking. Broughton just managing to retain the position. Comes second for Prima, third and fourth for Dams. Fiddle next, followed by the safety car. Psycho will come sixth. Dorado provisionally seventh, just defending a little bit from Impulse there. Secures the position, as does Impulse in 8th. Apex 9th with points. Minirees 10th. Clover provisionally 11th, but will have a penalty that will drop him behind Pixels at this rate. Although will it, because Pixels does have a penalty himself. Unku backwards through the final corner. That is incredibly unfortunate. Pixels into the wall, loses a wing. That allows Unku back past. Pixels will have to get that car to the line nice and quickly, but just gets beaten by Serena at the final moment. What a start to the season here in testing. That was an absolutely commanding drive from the Numbers there. I think the only driver that could have challenged him today was English, but after an unfortunate time on incident, that was not to be. So, it is Dean Numbers who comes out on top of the feature race here. Almost a 10-second margin on Broughton in 8 laps. That is fantastic stuff. Salmon comes third to lead the Dams 3-4, followed by the virtuosity of Finnell. Psycho 6th. 15 seconds behind his Van Amersfoort teammate, followed by Dorado for the Prima and Impulse for the Campos. From there, it's Apex, Reese, Clover, Unku, Serena, Pixels, and, well, Pixels being the last finisher, and Tudor, Lollipop, and Rosenquist as your non-finishers. This has been This has been FVC2 Season 3. For pre-season testing in the new Formula 2 cars, and we will see you next week for round 1.